Clarice is drugged and confined to a hospital bed by a serial killer in the medical profession, causing her to experience intense hallucinations. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Clarice Episode 5, Get Right with God. So we start the episode out with CNC Music Factory's Gonna Make You Sweat. The janitor's listening to it, and we end up seeing Clarice wake up and try to get the janitor's attention, but Faulkner comes in after the janitor leaves and tells her that if she continues to try to get somebody's attention and make a lot of ruckus, she's going to sedate her and put her under, like put tubes in her so she can breathe, because she doesn't want anybody to find out she's there. And we end up, she ends up asking too, like, if anybody's looking for her, and she's like, I don't know, because she goes off on her own all the time. So this kind of plays in from last episode. And Ardella has been texting Clarice, like 911 text, and Clarice hasn't been answering. So so Ardella's very worried about her, and then she gets a call from Thomas, and she goes in and starts talking to the team, and nobody's seen her, and then they try to put some humor in it about, like, everybody's social lives, and those were a little miss for me, but, I still did chuckle. It just was like, it was one of those things, you know what I mean? So, like, nobody's seen her, so they start to retrace her steps. They're like, well, maybe she'd go here, or maybe she'd go here, so they start looking around for her. But then we cut back to the Clarice and them, because that's really where the best scenes are in this, is where Clarice is having those hallucination, like, slash dreams. So we cut back to Clarice, and she realizes that she's immobile from the legs down. She's paralyzed from the waist down, basically. She can't move her legs, things like that, and Faulkner comes in and is talking to her and stuff. So Clarice starts to use her training and stuff to get into her head, because she's like, well, you're lonely. That's why I'm still, not under like the rest of these patients. And, we really start to get, see like Clarice, start dreaming, and she dreams about her father. And I thought these were really cool, because she has full conversations with her dad. And at one point, when her dad's in the hospital with her, he literally starts going like this, dang flies. And then I was just like, whoa, I was like, that's crazy. And dude, there's even a scene where the moths that she always sees from the Buffalo Bill case, they break through the glass ceiling and surround her. And she, tries to shoo them away, and they're not real, so it's really, this is really cool. Like, these sequences are great. Faulkner starts to get worried as Clarice tells her that they found evidence in her house linking her to the murders. So she's like, well, that's not possible, like, you found me another way. And they were, she was like, I need to know where this reporter is. And and Clarice is like, we didn't find you that way. We found you because of the evidence in your house. And Faulkner's been talking to a guy on a phone, or somebody on the phone, and they want information from Clarice, so she can't just outright sedate her, put her under. And at one point, Clarice really starts laughing. And as she's saying this particular line that is really awesome. It's a really awesome line. And Faulkner gets really worried, and this is like kind of where she starts calling people to get out of there. She's like, I want out. I want me and my sister out on a plane, like, soon. And, you can really see her, Clarice's background coming into this, because she's getting into Faulkner's head. And Faulkner really gets all crazy on her and stuff, and she even starts to torture her. like as the episode progresses, they try to get into each other's heads, but Faulkner is getting desperate for information, and she goes so far as to torture her and then do stuff to other patients there to get Clarice to talk. And I mean, like as she's getting tortured, she keeps having flashbacks with her dad where they're driving in his Pinto and she's a little girl and they're just having full conversations like she's an adult too, you know. She's like, well, I wanted your car, that's why I took it, I'm driving it around now. And she's like, I wrote you letters, but I don't remember what's in them. And he's like, oh, you'll remember at some point. So, like, this was really, this was all really good, you know. And as this is happening, we get the dream sequences, and we end up seeing that the team is really trying to find her. And, you know, towards the end, and as the episode ends, we see Ardella is very emotional sitting with Clarice. So we do see that the team was actively looking for her, and they even call Krendler in to help look for her. So, like, this whole episode ties into what Krendler told her in the last episode, you know, of her going off on her own and getting, you know, into dangerous situations of being almost dying and putting other people at risk of dying. The effects in this were pretty good, honestly. The hallucination / dreams make for some really good, subtle visual effects. Like, I actually cringed at a couple parts. And the effects, you know, especially for her father, were great in this. The acting was good as well. Clarice was better in this episode than she has been in the past episodes. Like, this is where she really kind of shined, you know, as getting into this serial killer's head. So I did like the fact that they did bring in a lady who, she's not really a serial killer per se, but she knew that the clinical trials that she was conducting were killing people. So she you know, so she was doing it that way. So yes, she's a serial killer, but at the same time, she's just a killer, you know. I'm not sure if they would classify that as a real serial killer, you know, thing, but that's what they use it for in this. So I really liked it. I thought this, where they were playing, her and Faulkner were playing against each other, was actually fantastic. Like, this is where she shined. And even in the interrogation scene, like a couple, I think it was like last episode, where, you know, where she was playing against Willis, you know, was good. You know, this is where she kind of shined, you know, in this. So I really did enjoy it. This episode shows the consequences of Clarice working alone, you know. It was mentioned in last episode, and we really see that she puts herself in danger, and she puts the others in danger because they're trying to look for her. So honestly, I really can't wait to see the next episode to see, like, if she's learned from this or not. Because, you know, like Ardella says in this episode, working alone is safe for Clarice. She's comfortable doing it, like working alone, and she feels safe doing it. But, excuse me, I don't think she should feel safe after this, because she literally almost died in this episode. This episode was really good. I'd give it an 8 easily out of 10. This was by far one of the best episodes of this season. I've enjoyed it so far. I really wish they would play with the Silence of the Lambs aspect a little more and bring serial killers into this. Like a real good serial killer mystery, and not this conspiracy mystery and stuff. But if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. Take care for now, everybody.